with the Boys and Girls Club of Albany. Hello, everybody. Hey, come on in and start sharing this live informative session with your friends and family members. Going to give a few moments for everybody just to come on and share. This is another college talk experience with Columbus State University in Columbus, Georgia, as well as Grambling University in Grambling, Louisiana. And so we're so thankful to have them on today. Hey, as always, inside of your comment section, there is a link to our Google survey. And inside of the Google survey gives an opportunity for you to actually provide us with feedback, to provide the viewers and the various speakers with feedback on their presentation of their college. If you want to reach out to them or have their admissions team to reach out to you to gain more feedback and answer questions that you may have about what it takes to be enrolled at their higher education institution. And so we're going to start today with Columbus State University. We're going to bring on Miss Lynch, who is an employee and works with their admissions and recruitment team there, to come on and share with us today about some of the wonderful things that they are doing. Hey, to all of my seniors, shout out to the class of 2020. Woo-hoo! We salute you for the job that you have done, how quickly you transitioned to getting in class training to actually going into a virtual classroom setting, which has prepared you, I hope, for online classes. And so, hey, taking this opportunity as a learning experience. And so, ladies and gentlemen, none other Miss Lynch from Columbus State University, Columbus State. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you? How are you guys? My name is Shara Lynch. I am one of the admissions counselors here at Columbus State University. We are a university that's coming out of Columbus, Georgia. For those who don't know, we're one of the kind of the largest cities in Georgia, but we are about 2 hours away from one of the major cities, Atlanta. We're just kind of in the southern region of the United States. We are a public four-year university. We have over 75 different programs. We also have master's programs and a couple of doctoral programs. We have been open since 1958. One of our first graduating classes only consisted of 33 students, but last semester we did graduate over 3,500 students. So
Wow.
the growth has been just pretty much progressive since then. We do have two main campuses. We have one on our main campus, and then we also have a River Park campus. These two campuses are about 15 minutes away from each other with traffic, but we do offer transportation services. So for students who aren't coming on campus without a car, there's no worries. We do offer shuttle bus services that run from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day to and from each campus. And they also take you to like a park and a grocery store along the way. There's tons of exciting things going on campus. Especially, we do know that once we get back this fall, we're going to be applying social distancing guidelines to our classes. But as far as things like housing, we are opening that as well. For incoming freshmen, we do have two housing options, Clearview and Broadway Crossing. Clearview is going to be a style shared bedroom. You'll have four roommates in there, and you'll be sharing it with another person. And it also has two bedrooms. And then we also have one on our downtown campus, which is the same setup, except for it's more of a loft style. And you also get a kitchen included. I think the most important thing to talk about is definitely the food. We do have two buffet style calves on both our main campus and our downtown campus. But
Okay.
we do also have like a food court that consists of Chick-fil-A and Subway and also Einstein Bagel Bros. So you can also use either your regular cash or flex cash at those locations. Those are pretty much the main topics. I'm better with actual questions because there's so much to cover.
Well, let's get into dialogue conversation about some of the questions that were submitted to us. And again, I say feel free to post any comments, any questions in the comment sections on this live video. I'll be reading them out to you. But some of our teams did submit questions, and again, I challenge our teams to go and research these various colleges and universities each week that we bring on to actually gather questions that they have personally. I know that during the pandemic, we can't tour campuses like we normally would,
Right.
but this gives an opportunity. So, one of the questions I'll first start off is asking, is Columbus State on a quarter system or a semester system base?
So we are on a semester system. Yep. We
Okay,
have fall, spring, and summer.
got you. So, um, are students able to coming in as freshmen? Are students normally able to choose how many classes they would like during their admissions process for registering
Definitely.
classes?
Yeah, definitely. You are going to be assigned an academic advisor when you come in, just to kind of help you and give you some guidance, so you won't take things like underwater basket weaving and take courses that don't really deal with your major. But yeah, you
Hmm.
are free to choose as many courses. We do have actually a credit limit. You can't really take over 22 credit hours, or you'll have to get like an appeal. But you are pretty much free to take that many.
And so, when looking at the admissions process for Columbus State, what are some of the requirements for being admitted into Columbus State?
Good question. So originally, what we would do is for SATs, we require a 480 on the reading and a 440 on the math. And for ACT, we require a 17 on the reading and a 17 on the math. But due to COVID-19, we're currently waiving all SAT and ACT testing score requirements. So you will not need that to be admitted. And we also originally had a GPA minimum requirement of a 2.5, but we have lowered that to a 2.2. Okay.
Oh wow! So it's really a lot of leeway now for students to actually, and especially seniors, to actually apply to come to Columbus State. And with waiving to our listeners, that means that hey, you don't have all those barriers anymore in the way. You actually get a chance now to come on and actually enroll, get connected with an academic advisor, get
Mhm.
assistance through the process. So when talking about waiving some of these credentials for admissions, are there a great opportunity for seniors to apply for scholarships at Columbus State?
Yeah, definitely. And also, I wanted to also mention, as far as waiving, we are currently waiving all application fees. They were originally 25 after COVID-19, but we're just going to waive them all completely. We do have tons of scholarship opportunities going on right now. If you access our homepage, you can actually just fill out a general scholarship if you're not sure what to apply to. You just pretty much fill out everything and we can match you to a scholarship. So those are a lot of exciting opportunities going on as far as scholarships. Yeah.
And so, even looking down to the simple fact of having people just assist you with scholarship base, knowing that the admissions team is there for academic wise. Can you talk a little bit about the whole financial aid process? I know for generation students, looking at FAFSA website can become complicated, like
Yeah.
you're doing a test or something. And so, just shed some light on the financial aid process, and just the assistance that Columbus State offers.
Yeah. So as far as our financial aid and assistance, we are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, we are unfortunately not on campus right now due to COVID-19, but we are available by phone and by email. Our email is financial_aid at columbusstate.edu. So that's the way that you can get in contact with them. But pretty much as far as FAFSA, yeah, you just really want to complete the FAFSA, of course. We also, on our financial aid page, have a step-by-step how to fill out. It is not just step number one, click this thing. It's very, very, very detailed, just to kind of help you out with those bumps in the road that I know a lot of people come across with FAFSA, because it can be very
Mhm.
overwhelming with all those words and terminologies that you've never seen before. So we've provided pretty much a very detailed step-by-step guide on how to conquer that beast and just submit that FAFSA. But once you do submit that, just kind of give things 7 to 14 business days for us to get everything processed, and so you can actually see the anything listed on your account summary. So just give it time for things to get there before you want to contact us, and we can pretty much contact financial aid. Where I mentioned, but once you contact financial aid and you see that account summary, they can pretty much break down any kind of questions that you have.
And so, also looking at um, the different steps that you all, and it seems, and looking at you all's website, I love how detailed you all have really made everything for students. And looking at some of the questions that our students have submitted, it seems that it was so detailed that they did good research. So shout out to all of the teams from our organization. Um, One of the things that a parent submitted is how involved are the academic advisors with freshmen on campus or enrolled at Columbus State?
Good question. So we're very involved. One matter of fact, as far as your classes being made, I know that's a common question for incoming freshmen. What you would have to pretty much do is register for orientation, and that's where you will pretty much get to know who your academic advisor is. And then you'll fill out an advising survey. And what that academic advisor does, excuse me, with the advising survey is they'll extract that information that you provided, and they'll help you create your course schedule. Now they'll pretty much create like a rough draft, like, hey, here's what we're looking at. Tell me what you think. So after they've created it from the information that you've provided, they'll pretty much work with you all the way up until classes actually start, because then it'll be finalized to help you get the right schedule that you feel comfortable with. So they're pretty involved. Great line of communication, even through this pandemic. They're very responsive with their emails as well.
And that's one of the things that to all of our high school seniors that are listening, and to any dual enrolled student, you want to be able to go to an institution where you're really connected with the academic advisor to really provide guidance to you along your journey. And so, with talking about academics, are there any tutoring services that's available to students?
Oh, yes, yes. We have tutoring. So the way our tutoring program kind of works is you'll have a student from the class who either made an A or excuse me, a B or higher in the course, and they would pretty much sign up to be a tutor for that class. So all you would have to do is go to our library on our main campus or the library downtown, and you pretty much just ask, you sign up for a tutoring service that's with your whatever class you're interested in for tutoring, and it's free of charge. And they're available 8 to 5 as well, Monday through Saturday. So you can just pretty much just go sign up. And I haven't heard of a class that they don't have tutoring for, so it's really, really helpful.
So let's talk for a moment in reference to transfer students that are dual enrolled. We have a large variety of students here that are dual enrolled. Can you shed some light on transfer students coming into Columbus State, the process, and what it takes to actually get enrolled with being a transfer student?
Sure, sure. So it's somewhat similar to undergrads. You do still have to fill out that application. Also, good news if you are a transfer student, the application fee is also waived for you as well. It's waived for everybody interested in applying. But where it is a little bit different is instead of a 2.5 GPA requirement, we have a 2.0 GPA requirement. And you have to have at least 30 credit hours to be considered a transfer student. Other than that, it's completely same.
Okay, so because with it being such a important thing here in our school district and county, and especially in the state, dual enrollment is a hot topic for seniors, and especially high school students. And so, shedding that knowledge to know that Columbus State's accept these courses from other institutions, and that the process application fee is again waived. And so, I mean, One thing that I can say and that I often say in these sessions is that COVID-19 has provided a lot of opportunities for class of 2020 to take advantage of a college opportunity. And has removed a lot of the barriers out of the way that students like me graduating from high school and others that graduated before them had to struggle with paying and finding resources for application fees,
Yeah.
even looking for scholarships. Everything is pretty much right there.
Mhm.
And so even looking at the opportunity, um, let's talk for a moment about the student life engagement of Columbus State. What is the campus life like at Columbus State?
Okay, I'm not even a student, and campus life is so fun. I'm not a student, and I want to be so involved with everything. But we have over 100 and I think it's over 140. It was over 130 last semester, but they've added some more clubs and
Hmm.
organizations here on campus. And one good thing that I really love about it is if you, out of all 140 plus, if you don't see an organization or club that you don't like, you can actually create one. All you need is three other students and then like a professor or faculty member to be the advisor of the group. And then you can just go in and you can create an entire club. So it's a lot of room to pretty much be yourself with the student life and campus activities. We also have, as far as sororities and fraternities, we have the entire Divine Nine on campus. And then we have three Penahelic sororities and fraternities each on campus. So it's very, very active. Are you frozen? Uh-oh. I think I lost them. Oh man. Hey, did we freeze?
We froze for a moment, but I
Okay.
think we back.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't. Did you guys hear everything, or did I cut off?
Yeah, you cut off a little, so you was talking about the fraternities and sororities.
Yeah. So I was just saying we do have the whole Divine Nine on campus, and we also have three Penhelic sororities and fraternities here on campus. Okay.
Okay. So I've always known Columbus State to be an exciting campus student life population. And just the joy of being on Columbus State campus, living on campus, and even just enjoying the downtown Columbus life. And pretty much you can't say Columbus, Georgia without saying Columbus State. And
Yeah.
so those experiences are really, really those experiences of going and visiting friends that attended Columbus State was really, really great. Uh, and just experiencing the downtown area, seeing how broad Columbus State has really expanded throughout downtown area.
Yeah.
What is some of the greatest highlights that you've seen students really appreciate about Columbus State?
That's a very, very good question. I would say some of the main highlights, and it's kind of our brand name, is pretty much create you. Okay. So we kind of not only give you the tools and the resources to create like a better educational journey, but we also give you the tools and resources to create yourself. And a lot of people don't understand how important that is because if you don't know yourself and what you can do and how you can contribute to your community, then you probably won't have the best experience once you graduate, especially in the career field. So we try to kind of put you in the position to, it can be challenging sometimes, never hard, just challenging. We put you in the position though to kind of figure out your strengths and your weaknesses so that you can be a better, contribution to your community once you graduate. So that I think is one of the highlights that students have realized you probably might not realize in undergrad, even though it's our whole brand name and we have it all on poster boards everywhere. You see, graduate and you're actually in that career field, and you're like, okay, great. I remember this. So yeah, that's one of the highlights I'd say.
And so, a student just submitted this question and texted me: does Columbus State have an athletic department, and as well as do they have homecoming?
Okay, so we do have an athletic department. Did the student maybe mean like, do we have sports like here at Columbus State?
Yes, sports.
Yes, yes. We are participating in the Division II Peach Belt Conference. So that's like some of our main competitors are like Georgia Southwestern, um, Armstrong State University, just places like that. That's kind of our main competitors. Um, we do have pretty much every single sport you can think of except for men's soccer. We have a women's soccer team who is excellent in the Peach Belt Conference. They're always either first or second. Um, and then what was the second question?
Homecoming.
Yes, we do have homecoming. Homecoming is such an exciting week. Whatever thing we have, it's just decorated all over campus. There's all kinds of homecoming activities where you get to gather and socialize that take place from day and night. It's just an awesome, awesome time. It's campus is fun regardless because we always have something going on for students. But
Mhm.
homecoming week is very special and fun and exciting. So yeah.
I can tell. I can tell. And so, looking at and sharing this experience and moment with you, I can see the excitement in your facial expressions and voice about how engaged everybody is, from faculty and staff, into the life of Columbus State University and their students. Even as we prepare to answer these final three questions, one of the things that I would like for you to share is totally about um, the opportunities of any work study or hands-on experience that students can attain while at Columbus State.
Okay, good question. So, as far as work study, we do have a work study and work aid. Of course, one is need based, so you would have to go through our human resources and I believe our financial aid department. I'm sorry, but um, those are really great opportunities. Working on campus. One thing that I love about work study is you, as you're working, of course, you also have the time to put school first and focus on your academics. But keep in mind, work does come first, study does come second.
Mhm.
But it's a great, great opportunity to kind of learn how to balance both things. And you're also working for the school who understands that you are a student. So they can understand how flexible your schedule may need to be. So we do offer both work study and work aid. Work aid, I know work study is always minimum wage. It's always going to be 7.25, but sometimes work aid can go up to 10, sometimes $12 an hour. So those are more exciting opportunities, but qualifying for work aid is a little bit more difficult because it's not need based. So those are some of the opportunities that we do have with that. And for work aid and work study, we have job opportunities in each department on campus. So lots of opportunities for that.
Hey, it seems like it. It seems like it. So, as we prepare to wrap up, are there any final parting words that you would like to share to this class of 2020, and to kind of put some ease on their parents that are listening as well, on what it really takes to maneuver during this pandemic and trusting Columbus State with their children as their next level of education?
Definitely. Well, just to kind of piggyback on what you mentioned earlier about how the pandemic has given so many kind of opportunities, that is so true, guys. Like you said, a lot of things have been waived. A lot of things have been discounted here at Columbus State, just things that I would have never seen before. So definitely take that opportunity. But you want to mainly take that opportunity, especially with us, is just to kind of piggyback on what I also said earlier is not just about your educational journey, but looking for a school that kind of helps you create you is
Hmm.
extremely important because college is going to be a phase of life where you're learning not just about your major or what it is you choose to study, but yourself. It's a very important phase in your life. So you want to definitely choose the right school um, that kind of matches that journey, that fits well with that journey. So it's very, very important. We are a great campus, not too big, not too small. We offer tons of resources that pretty much better your experience here at CSU, outside and inside of the classroom. So just a lot of exciting opportunities here. And we also have, I think, yeah, we already mentioned that the application is waived. So just a lot of great things going on.
Hey, and I wouldn't doubt it that going to Columbus State, seeing the excitement on your face, hearing all of the opportunities, that there's some child that's watching and their parents are saying, "Hey, let's go home and research more about Columbus State. Let's go ahead and apply." And to everybody that's listening and watching, one of the things that I often remind our teens about here at the Boys and Girls Club of Albany is to look for institutions of higher learning that really makes you feel like you're at home. That's
Right.
really close knit. That's really offers opportunity for you not to just be in the classroom and attain good education, but also has hands-on experience, such as work study or work aid, so that you can gain work experience and knowledge in the career field, and also knowledge. I see you got another brainer there.
I did that process. I will let you finish though.
But just so that the opportunity becomes real for you and the experiences. So yes, ma'am.
And I just wanted to close out though and piggyback off of what you were saying, the experience. Recently within the past year or two, we have also added Nexus degrees to our program, which is exactly what he was mentioning. A Nexus degree pretty much allows you to receive the education, but also the hands-on experience at the same time. And that's very, very important because one problem that some people run into is I've received this education, but I was so focused on school, I never had the time to receive the experience. So that
Mhm.
Nexus degree basically knocks two birds out with one stone. So that's another thing that we have here at our university. So yeah, just closing that on that.
And it's so much that you all are doing at Columbus State. We actually have a senior. Well, she graduated last year. Micaiah Mims is actually enrolled at Columbus State now and taking classes there. So she's a former Youth of the Year candidate for the Boys and Girls Club, former winner. And so she's worked with us, did interning with us, and everything. And so she's
Awesome.
down there bragging to all of the club members now about the wonderful things that Columbus State is offering. So, hey, we are producing products out to you all, and we're continuing to support everything that Columbus State is doing. So, go Cougars!
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for sending them our way. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, and we'll certainly be in touch. And hey, thank you so much, Miss Lynch, for taking time out of your day to come on and share with us and our audience today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, that isn't the end for today's session. We're getting ready to travel now from Columbus, Georgia, all the way to Louisiana. So we're going to Grambling State University to get some knowledge and drum roll about the marching band experience. Mr. Ruffin is coming on to share with us today. Hey, two things that I know about Louisiana to be true, that they do not play about Grambling and Southern down there. And so we're so excited to have him on today. Here we go, Mr. Ruffin. Hey, how are you today?
How you doing? Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, we're so excited to have you on today to come share about Grambling State and all the wonderful things that you all are doing. So I'm just going to give an opportunity for you to just share about yourself and your role with Grambling.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am Kenneth Ruffin, Assistant Director of Admissions and Recruitment here at the Grambling State University. I also graduated from Grambling, where I received my bachelor's degree in computer information systems. Originally from Los Angeles, California, but this is my home away from home, and I'm just happy to be here to share some information with you all.
Hey, listen. Are you a big football supporter of Grambling?
Oh, most definitely.
Hey, Hey, so when we talk about Grambling, and the impact that you all have, can you just shed some light on any new changes or new requirements or anything that you all have during this COVID-19 process? Anything that y'all are doing for the upcoming class of 2020?
All right, so there hasn't been many changes. However, we have been given a little bit of wiggle room with the admissions requirements based on test scores. However, we know a lot of students have not been given the opportunity to take the SAT or ACT. So what we've been having students do is still apply. We encourage them to apply by all means and evaluate their transcripts and make sure that they're on the right track and they're actually meeting the core requirements. For those students who have met the test score requirements, that's just also a plus. But as far as any additional requirements, there aren't any.
Okay, okay. And so we'll start the dialogue and conversation, um, because a lot of students want to know exactly what does Grambling State University highlights in far as the majors. What are some of the highlight majors that you all have to offer?
Some of our top majors are biology, criminal justice, mass communications, kinesiology, business management, and one thing that's been an addition, we are the only undergraduate institution in the state of Louisiana that has a undergraduate cybersecurity program.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty big. We also
Oh,
have, and I apologize, can't leave nursing out.
oh wow. So cybersecurity. Do you all have a good number of students that show interest into that program?
Well, yes, there has been an increase of students who have shown interest in the program. And a part of the reason is why is because they're in out there in the world, or in that field, you have more job opportunities than you actually have people working in the field. So the demand of, of people is very high. So that just increases the opportunities for a job, for students to do job, have job opportunities, as well as internship opportunities while they're in school, and they pay well.
Oh yes, oh yes. So uh looking at the highlighted majors, do Grambling allow students to do dual majors and have or have minors?
Yes, so that is something that if if interested, if you do have the opportunity to double major or major and pick up a minor, um, it of course I encourage it. It just makes students more marketable, to actually have a number of things up under their belt once they graduate. And then of course you're gaining so much more knowledge as opposed to just being specific towards one major. So just a for example, if you're a management major, it takes nothing to also double major or minor in marketing because the curriculums are so parallel. You only
Mhm.
have to take so many more classes to obtain a second degree.
And so that's great knowledge for students that are eager to go ahead and maneuver into two different career fields or pathways, or those students that really are still undecided about what to major in. And so, even looking at that, are there any type of special organizations or clubs that Grambling has that matches with academics, such as an honors program, or any specialty clubs, such as the cybersecurity trainings or anything?
Yeah, can you repeat that? Because I was thinking as you were talking to make sure I touch bases on everything.
So the question is that one of our students submitted is, are there any academic extras like honors college or learning communities or first year generation student organizations or clubs that Grambling offers?
Yeah, so as far as with majors, so there isn't a major as far as your first year, but we do offer a course called First Year Experience that all incoming freshmen are required to take it. It does help you get acclimated with the transition of coming from high school and now becoming a freshman in college. As far as other opportunities, they are limitless, but we do have a couple organizations that serve as big brothers, big sisters slash mentors towards our incoming freshmen to help them along the way while they're in school. To help them transition and make get them more comfortable.
And that's awesome to know. Especially with so many students that are coming from self quarantine
Definitely.
back to the college life, and back surrounding themselves with people, to know that Grambling has organizations and opportunities for students to actually connect with others that are in the same major or different majors as them. So, can you speak on the different opportunities for scholarships and financial aid assistance that Grambling offer to students?
Okay, so as far as financial aid, I usually pass that on to Dr. Gavin Hams. However, of course, financial aid opens up October 1st. In regards to the academic component, for an academic scholarship, students must have a 3.0 GPA with a 24 on the ACT or an 1160 on the SAT. And of course, it's on a first come, first served basis. We encourage students to take the SAT and ACT their junior year, just so they can actually have that opportunity for that money if possible. As far as work study, that of course that also goes through financial aid. But the plus for students who are out of state, if you have a 2.5 or higher, we do waive your out of state fees, and that's roughly a little bit over $9,000 a year. So you break it down to about 40, a little over 4,500 each semester. But once you get to Grambling State University, you must maintain a 2.5 GPA to keep the out-of-state fee waiver.
And so, for out of state students, knowing that you all are located in Louisiana, are there any special type of requirements for students that are coming from out of state?
No, so our admissions requirements are pretty much general across the board. You must have at least a 2.0 GPA. For the ACT, a 18 in English or 19 in math, and for the SAT, a 510 in math or a 25 in writing and language. So the way that works is all you have to do is meet one of those components on either test. In the event that you do well in English, but you just can't get it and you can't do well when it comes to numbers, you will take a developmental math course before you go into college algebra, just so we can actually get you comfortable
Mhm.
with math before you take college algebra, because we don't want to set you up to fail. We want to help you, guide you, and assist you as much as in any way possible to assist, to help you pass the class.
And so, how likely is it for students that are transferring in from other colleges to get accepted into Grambling? Any transfer students?
So transfer students, you also have to have at least a 2.0 GPA with 18 credits, units, or hours. However, it's worded, at your school, and you must pass a college level in English and math with a C or better. And also, for out-of-state student has a 2.5 or higher, we waive the out-of-state fees.
Okay, okay. So now we talking. I just got a text message to say that's good knowledge there. And so one of the questions that just came into my phone was from one of our club members, and they wanted to know, far as an academic standpoint and a sports standpoint, do Grambling offer athletic scholarships?
Yes, so we do offer athletic scholarships, but that is more so internal with our athletic department and the coach of your choice of sport.
Okay, okay. So let's talk for a moment about the student life experience of Grambling. With it being known for its marching band and football season, can you just shed some light with us about to our students
Uh,
about what the student life is like?
I tell students all the time, student life is what you make it. And that's simply because if you go to your room and you go to class, that is a choice that you've made. And student life might not be as fun, but however, we have over 80 clubs and organizations. We have the Divine Nine, which is all your fraternities and sororities on campus. So being that we're in a rural area, it's not much around here. We have roughly about 5,300 students. So this is small enough to know everybody, but big enough to always meet somebody new. So our SGA and our FSUB, Favor Our Student Union Board, is always hosting events. We might have a trap and paint. We might have a casino night. We might have a movie night. We might have a carnival or a block party on campus. In the spring, we usually have a huge crawfish bowl. We'll have a DJ out. It's always something going on to keep students, off the highways and going elsewhere and leaving campus. So campus life is fun. I enjoyed it when I was a student here. I've worked with a number of students, student ambassadors that actually helped the Office of Admissions with recruitment, who always shared their campus experiences and everything that's going on. So uh, campus life is very fun. We do have a newly renovated bowling alley on campus, and we also
Okay.
have our intramural center, which is currently being renovated. They're adding on a pool. They're enhancing so much over in that facility, and that is going to be open in the fall. So we actually have some great things going on campus. So we also just broke ground not too long ago. Where we'll be having a digital library. Um, so we have a lot of great improvements that's going on to the campus. So for our, everyone who's interested, these are be some great things that you have the opportunity to see once you become a part of the Grand Fam.
So when you talk about being a former student and current employee, what are some of the highlights that you've enjoyed and experienced while at Grambling that a lot of students take advantage of?
Um, I would say one of my biggest enjoyments from being a student and having my mentor, who is actually the former director of admissions, being in my position, I get to recruit students. I actually get to assist them and guide them and play the big brother slash mentor throughout their collegiate career, and assist them and help them grow, and also give them so much advice and help them in the professional field. I would say that has been one of my biggest accomplishments, or what I feel as far as the transition just being phenomenal for myself. But I would say for them, and this is just based off what they've told me, the assistance and the help that you get from the faculty and staff, because we call ourselves a Grand Fam. Any affiliation that you have with Grambling State University, you're a Grand Fam. So we're a huge family. So one thing about it, we take care of each other. And I would say that that's just something that we have pride and joy about, as far as just assisting our students and being there and always having a hand to lend our help.
Okay, okay. And I've always enjoyed my experiences of coming to Grambling and touring the facilities and experiencing the marching band experience. Even when you was talking, my mind just went directly back to homecoming of last year.
Definitely.
And the experiences of being on the yard at Grambling. And so, what opportunities do Grambling offer far as study abroad or internships or work study opportunities for students?
Okay, so work study that goes through financial aid, and I'm don't quote me, but I'm thinking that's more so off of your parents' income. When you're doing your financial aid, if you're going to work study or not. We currently do not have a study abroad program, that is something that President Gallo is working on. But we do have professors within the history department that do study abroad. As far as what was the other one that you asked? I don't want to leave
Uh,
anything.
it was study abroad, work study, and work aid.
All right, so with work study, if you are granted work study, you can work anywhere on campus. It is your choice. All you have to do is just go to the department and see if they need any work study students. However, we also have wages that is more so with a department having money in their budget to where you're not limited to the hours that you work. You get paid, as long as you work the hours. And then of course with work study, you're only granted 100 hours with a certain dollar amount.
So, with the entire pandemic that has swept through our nation, Is Grambling going to start classes in the fall, or is still going to be virtually? And do students still have a chance to apply to enroll for fall semester?
Yes, so students still have the opportunity to apply for the fall semester. As of right now, we are working towards having a fall semester. We do know that there is a lot going on with, the COVID-19, but yes, we are looking forward to actually having and hosting classes on campus come August.
And so, how do those classes typically look? Are they discussion based? Are they lecture? I know what the majority number of students that you all have, are they pretty much lecture style? Are they hands on type classes?
Well, I would say you kind of get a combination of all three, whether it's hands-on, lecture-based. Um, but it's more so on the professor. I would say their best style of communicating with students, but I will say for the most part, a lot of things are hands-on, and with a lot of experience from when I was in school, a lot of professors put everything into a real life aspect, to where you can actually kind of comprehend and relate to it more. We do have some phenomenal professors. And cool part about it, all of our professors do have work office hours. So, if you're struggling with the class, or, you need a little bit of assistance, or you need to talk to your professor personally, um, you can just go visit them during, their office hours.
And that's always great to know that you have professors that set aside time to our listeners and viewers to know that your professor set aside time to actually meet with you, to actually go through academic work, to actually just help you get a better understanding. Depending on what college you go to, the class sizes does increase depending upon majors. And so you may have a class with depending on what college, probably about 30 to 50 people. And then there's somewhere 200 or more is the max for class sizes.
Yeah.
And so just being diligently in your studies and making sure that you're reaching out to your professors. Can you shed some just final parting words to our listeners and viewers, and especially to juniors and seniors that have not really made a decision on what college they would like to go to?
Um, well, I just want to clear something up. We don't have any classes of 200. All of our classes are fairly small. And the cool part about it is professors do know you by first and last name. I still have professors' numbers in my phone, personal cell phone numbers, that I talk to here and there, that actually became friends more so than a professor now. Then that, of course, I've graduated. But some of my encouraging words are: life is all about choices. So most definitely do your research. See what schools offer the most opportunity while you're in school, as well as once you graduate in your field. Because of course it does no good to go to a school that doesn't have, let's say, a strong, I don't know, a strong biology department, as opposed to doing your research on Grambling State University. We have a partnership with Meharry Medical College. So with the 3.2 GPA, you have the opportunity to do a paid internship going into the summer of your sophomore, junior, and senior year. You have to do an internship each summer. So once you graduate, if you meet the required score on the MCAT, you have the opportunity to be conditionally accepted. And then at that point, you make the transition and focus on your concentration. We have a number of different companies and organizations that we work with, and that, students do internships with. So we have career services on campus where you can go sign up for internships and job opportunities, and it is limitless. Um, we have some great individuals that have graduated from Grambling State University and has done well for themselves, as well as done well to give back and assist with future Gramblingites, with their career, with their career of choice. But I would say do your research. Do your research, do your research. Most definitely, if you ever have any questions or concerns for me, I will be leaving my contact information, and I would love to assist you in it with any shape, form, or fashion possible.
Hey, and that's great news to know that you have people that are really, really committed to seeing you grow. that's really committed to seeing you expand knowledge base, but also expanding career wise in fields. And so, listening to you talk about the partnerships and internships to me, listeners and viewers, actually means that you are actually being challenged to stretch a little further. Not just look at it in graduating in 4 years, but really to say, hey, I'm being challenged to actually stretch, earn my GPA, go to class, participate in student life organization, but also still get connected with the workforce job in the meantime. So taking advantage of summers for internship. And so, Mr. Ruffin, hey, I want to thank you so much for coming on today and sharing about State and all that you all are doing and offering. I know that it's a pandemic and our students didn't get a chance to actually tour Grambling. Grambling was actually one of the colleges, Grambling in Southern, was actually one of the colleges that we were planning on touring this year for our spring break college tour. And so I wanted to make sure that this home experience for them really get a chance to happen. And so you all have really shared some knowledge with us. Make me trade in my southern attire.
Yeah, you need to do that anyway.
Make me trade in my southern attire and really think about considering Grambling. And so, hey, if there's nothing else, I will certainly be in contact with you to
Okay.
share any comments or feedback that other students have sent over to me. And we could actually go from there and dialogue and really get them connected into Grambling and make sure that Louisiana is their next home.
Most definitely.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we've been afforded this opportunity today to hear from Grambling, to hear from Columbus State about the wonderful things that they have to offer for you all going into college this semester, summer or fall. Knowing that the admissions process for them have already been waived, knowing that application fees have been waived, knowing that the opportunities are limitless with you enrolling in their institutions. And so each and every Tuesday, as we come on, we ask that you take a chance, fill out the Google Form survey. Let us know how you enjoyed this broadcast. Let us know if you have any questions for Grambling State or Columbus State. And then also give us recommendations of any college or university that you would like to come on our virtual platform and sharing the wonderful things that they are doing and have to offer. Well, until next time, we've enjoyed you all, and we'll see you again Thursday on our Career on Wheels segment. Hey, take care and see you Thursday.